much, especially to Jose Caballero. I pass it on to my mentor, Eric Olavides, who I give a lot of credit for my direction in where I am now in the Filipino martial arts. The Filipino martial arts lifestyle is missing one thing. One important element is that there are very few practitioners who have integrity and honesty. Everyone is crumbling to be number one or the best, better than the other guy. And I've heard a lot of those stories, you know, in the back door. So as a lifestyle, I would be very happy to, you know, to instill honesty and integrity in the Filipino martial arts. If that's going to be my contribution, I'll be happy with that. For the present day practitioners of the Filipino martial arts, always acknowledge where you learned it from. You know, acknowledge your teachers and its lineage. Also, at the same time, try to exert effort to reach out to the other styles, other systems, to unify the Filipino martial arts. I wish there would be no more style. Just one, Eskrima, or Filipino martial arts, whatever you want to call it. I walk the talk. When I think about the fitness and your physical condition overall, I hope everybody would follow my example. Live long, have a happy life. I was born in 1953 in the heart of Cebu City. My dad was a World War II veteran and later he became an officer of the Philippine Constabulary. And my mother was a school teacher and later became the school principal. In a stick fight, be sure that your both feet are parallel to each other. Not too wide, just one leg of your foot away from you, because you require all the mobility you can achieve because you're handling a lighter weapon. You're not handling a heavy sword. With a sword, you need a wider stance, a bigger stance, right? Because it's heavy, you need to be more stable. But with the stick, you rely on the speed of your footwork, execution of your footwork. Now I'm living in Lapu-Lapu City in Mactan Island, the famous Mactan Island where explorer Ferdinand Magellan was killed by Lapu-Lapu. I've been living there since 2004, right after I was relocated back home from Mindanao. This akin to Kendo. Kendo type, right? Kendo type, yes, very light sticks. But we did not copy this from Kendo. This has been the stance of Caballero passed down to from a stick fighter's point of view, not sword. I keep on repeating that. Okay, we're stick fighters for now. Sword, different story. Okay, so this one, parallel steps. And now I'll show you the basic stances first. This is the Stada stance, the close stance. Just let it rest right here. I don't mind if you break this down to the butt, right here, no problem. The important thing to consider is you can deliver it to the speed you're comfortable with. It's not too
that too painful in your wrist. Okay? Just take care of your wrist. You don't abuse your wrist too much, because once you have trouble with this one, it's over. So in my case, I grip it with a one hand grip the butt, okay, because I can deliver it as fast as I could. So, Stada stance or the quick stance.
Talking role models, the first two persons I would really love to give credit to are my parents. My dad, Celso, was also born in Cebu City. He fought as a guerrilla during World War II, and he influenced me a lot in my interest in boxing, the martial arts. My mom also, she was born and raised in Bunal City, just about 30 kilometers from Cebu City. And she was a hard-working teacher, later on became a school principal. Unfortunately, both of them died young. My mom died ahead at the age of 50, my dad at 55. I wish he'd still be here by now.
This is the abierta stance. This is the high abierta stance. 45 degrees. This is the low abierta stance. Middle abierta stance, high. And this one is more like a baliktawak stance, right? We just call this the vertical stance. So again, Stada. Okay. Here's the low Stada stance. The middle Stada stance. I don't have a high abierta stance. I don't know if that's gonna work. But as far as Stada is concerned, here and here. Here, here. Abierta, here, low abierta. And I'll explain to you as we go further. The middle abierta and the high abierta. And the vertical stance. Very, very commonly used by the baliktawak style. Okay?
We're talking of hobbies. I started out at a young age in watercolor painting, stuff like that. I won first prize in our grade school painting contest, and I stopped right after that. Then I pursued karate when I was in high school, because I got into a lot of fights. Never got beat up in my fights, but still I studied karate. And then music is a big influence to me. I play 9th grade classical guitar. I also play the keyboards. And actually, this is a martial arts interview, but the martial arts is the least of my passion. Number one is music.
Now the first basic strike is, we'll do air drift first so that you can be acquainted with the trajectory. As we go along, I'll divide you into one pair each, and your partners. One will be the feeder, the other will be the striker. Okay? In Stada, you start with the Stada, you do the backhand wrap first. I'll do it slowly. Okay. Don't hyperextend. You imagine your target is right in the middle of your chest, right? That's your target. Either the hand, the head, anything. Don't overlap more than 15 inches away from your target. As you strike, pull it back as fast as you can. These are called the backhand wrap. The wrap strike. It's not a full-blown. It's different. We have that too, but we'll proceed later to those full swing strike. We'll do first the stuck hit. They call it the stuck hit or the broken strike. Okay. High, low, middle, high, middle, low.
Actually, I'm retired from Nestle, where I worked for close to 26 years. And I was one of the few Nestle retirees who was rehired by Nestle. 1 month after I retired, I was rehired with Nestle, handled the confectionery products. Thereafter, I worked for two more companies, and around 2007, I decided to quit working and just chill, depend on the monthly pension I have from Social Security, or whatever little savings I got from Nestle. But as much as possible, I won't touch those savings accounts. They're for emergency use. As of now, it's unbelievable. I'm making good money from teaching the martial arts. That's why I'm here in the United States, thanks to Steve Del Castillo. That's about it. Now, the most difficult to execute is the forehand strike. Okay. We'll go the middle forehand strikes first. Again, point of impact, straight to your chest. High, middle, low. High, middle, low. High, middle, low. The first FMA I learned, called it Eskrima in Cebu, was sometime in 1978 while I was a salesman of Nestle. My next door neighbor, Manoy Kabagnot, I didn't realize that he was into FMA. And just one day, I just heard some neat piano playing beside where I was renting a home, the home of the wife of a Nestle colleague, Dave Kabagnot. So I checked him. Who was this guy? He plays very well. Plays my favorite standards, practically all. When I went inside the living room, was there a diminutive guy named Moililo Kabagnot. He was actually the brother of my landlord. So I asked him a lot of questions about his piano playing. That's what I was most interested in. But he stopped and said, "You look to me like you're in good shape." Why? So he stood up from the piano, then, "Can you punch me?" I was surprised. This old man crazy. So, no, come on. Then I tried to find a token, calibrated punch, I don't want to hurt an old man. Around that time was around 56 years old. Then he said, "Oh, come on, that's not a punch." Punch harder. So I punched harder, then the next thing I knew, I was already on the ground. Boom. Slam on the ground. That was 1978. And later I was promoted back to Mindanao. And Zami City is a notorious place for being the capital of organized crime in the entire Mindanao area. So I had to look for a good Eskrima teacher because I regretted I didn't take seriously the lessons I got in Bohol with Manoy Lidit. So until I found Manong Eric Olavidis, but there's still a story behind that because aside from the martial arts, I was also into practical shooting. I became champion twice in Butuan, city where my wife comes from. And I also studied how to fix 1911 45s. So, I was some sort of a hobby pistolsmith. I bought a whole set of pistolsmithing videotapes from Wilson. Then later on, I got was really good into it. And one of the race officers in the range where indoor range where I used to shoot on weekends, Reno, one of the race officers, he bought a new Norenko pistol. And with that, he also bought a hammer, a Wilson Combat Hammer from the US, to install into his pistol. Unfortunately, it did not fit. And I was so bothered by it because it cost him 2,500 pesos back in the day. That was the year around 1998, something like that, or 1999. So he was so sad and was so angry. Otherwise he thought that he bought the wrong item. Then Roel, the range owner, told Reno, Ren, someone can fix that gun without you spending a ton of money for that. So who? You go to Tinni, Macachor. Can he fix my pistol? Just go there. So one morning, it was a Sunday, I think, Reno came to my home, and it was so, was so sheepish when he approached me. And said, a little shy, "Sir, I'm having trouble with the Wilson Combat Hammer that I bought. It's very expensive, 2,500. 2,500 pesos back in 1998 was a lot of money. It was no joke. So, Ren, relax, sit there, read some of those books you can find there, then I'll try to figure out what's wrong with your gun." So I detailed stripped everything in the pistol, tried to install the Wilson Combat Hammer. Then I found out the trouble right away. The trigger boots, the two of them should be in perfect balance with each other. That's the one that connects the trigger to the sear. I don't want to go into details, it's very technical. So what I did was, so this simple trouble, I can fix it. So with a few strokes of the file, to reduce the size of the trigger boots, to reduce the length of the trigger boots, just micro inches, maybe around 4 or 5 strokes I did. Then I reinstalled it and prayed it would work because those 2,500 bucks. Then I tried it, cocked it, fired it, boom, good. And Reno was very happy. Then he asked me, "Sir, thank you so much. Roel sent me to you. And he was right, you can fix it. So, how much do I owe you, sir?" "What? I mean, how much do I owe you?" Easily during those days, a trigger job like that would cost you 2,500 bucks. I told you, "Ren, I'd be happy if you buy me a bottle of Coke." "That's all? That's all?" Went back, bought me a bottle of Coke. Then while we were having snacks, he read the books, The Secrets of Arnie Scully and Eskrima, written by Edgar Solete. It's a good book, really good book. I recommend that. It's still being published. So I asked Ren, "Do you know any of these guys there from Zamis?" And Reno scanned the book. Caballeros, long gone. "I know this guy. Manong Eric Olavidis." "Really? Yeah, he's still around." "How do you know him?" "We both serve as lay ministers in the church. Can you take me to him?" "Yeah, sure. I take you to him." So, to make a long story short, we went to Olavidis' home. And around that time, it's been 10 years since Manong Eric last taught somebody Eskrima, because he's retired then. But after hearing Reno's story that I didn't charge anything for that, just only a bottle of Coke, and that really influenced his judgment to reopen and teach Eskrima somebody else. And yeah, that's it. Practice these raps with a heavier stick. That's the way you can practice the delivery of the specs. Now again, we're using this weapon. Do not fantasize that we're using blades. This is a stick fight. This is fight using a rattan stick, and we have to optimize the properties of the rattan stick. Lightweight, easy to deliver, strong, hard to break, right? So that's what the mindset of the Caballeros technique. I am very critical of those guys who say it's easy to transition to blade, something like that shit. But it's not. It's different. We're talking here of stick fighting from a stick point of view. I'm representing the lineage. Actually, it came from the mother art, Decampo, Torres, Orihinal, which was taught to me by Manong Eric Olavidis while I was assigned in the Zamis back in 1998. So we repeat this. Backhand, high, middle,
low, high, middle, low, high, middle, low, high, middle, low. Some of the memorable experiences was when I tag him along in my coverage to the other areas outside of Ozami City, my home base. We go to Dipolog and we go to Pagadia City, visit some of the friends there. But the most memorable one that I can't forget is when I missed hitting the stick. He was feeding me and hit his stump. I was so embarrassed and I was so scared because, that's my teacher. Nobody hurts her teacher. So then I apologized. I said, no, that's okay. So from that time onwards, I had to, develop a safe, contraption to be able to avoid, hitting the stump again. And it could happen to me when I teach one of these days. Now you start hitting with footwork. One step forward, one step forward. You can vary the sequence according to what you feel is you're comfortable with, as long as there's movement with your foot as you deliver the strike, okay? Go forward. The style of Decampo is very simple. It's long range. It's largo mano. To describe largo mano is you keep a certain range from your opponent where you can hit him at will anytime. At the same time, you're out of his range. So you can hit him, he can't hit you. That's the basic principle of largo mano, or the long range. And very few specialize in that range, only in the Decampo system. Be sure your tip is fully extended. Your bench is from your chest, not here, here. My point of reference will be my elbows are bent, right? As I fully extend. Not here. There's no impact with that. The weapons we use is the rattan stick. And a lot of people underestimate the power of the rattan stick. And we understand, Decampo understands that perfectly. So to compensate for the lack of weight of the Decampo, that's when the stripes come in. The nature of the stripes, the fast wrap, it was specific to conform to the lightness of the weight of the rattan stick. That's why the deliveries should be super fast, with the blink of an eye. Most of it are done just wraps, something like that. Very rare we do full swing strikes because it's the purpose of the rattan stick is for Decampo is to execute a fast disarm. There's this misconception that we focus on hitting the arm or the hand. That's partly true, but the focus of our target is any part of the anatomy that's closest to you. It's closest to hit. The head sticking out, or the knees, or something like that. But in most cases, it's always the hand that's out there, exposed to the opponent. So that's always the target of opportunity. It can be very, stressful to your arms for the first time. But if you get used to it, you will really improve your progress. But on the first day, you cannot achieve the kind of the intensity, the speed that I would expect. Just like me on the first day, you screw up.
Yes, sir.
I screw up. Everyone screws up on his first day.
That's true, sir.
Yeah. So,
Yes, sir.
everyone can be doing signal. That's right.
It's my first year.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And Conrad also. Speaking through their experience. So
The most common narrative about the history of the people is that it started as a blade art. Then later on, for the sake of safety, most of the Eskrima practitioners in the old days, they shifted to the using of the rattan sticks because it's lightweight and it's easily available. Although it comes from the forest in Mindanao, at the same time, it can be delivered with real fast speeds, compared to heavier sticks. So, rattan started as a practice stick to simulate a blade fight. But later on, talking from the standpoint of Decampo, the Jose Caballero, passed down to my teacher Manong Eric Lavidis, he formulated striking mechanics that's specific to take advantage of the rattan sticks. That's why our any target closest to you, which is usually the hands, is always our target of opportunity to execute a quick disarm.
again, I have to repeat this a couple of times. Here, don't flinch like you're cutting something. It's going to be a very fast surprise wrap. It's time, order. The imaginary point of impact to be outside your center line. So, away from your center line. That's how you achieve good impact.
Let me go back to Manong Eric Lavidis. But I mentioned that he learned from Jose Caballero. But I would assume that some of the techniques, especially in the delivery of the fast wraps, came from him. Because Manong Eric also studied Shurimario Karate. He also studied a bit of Doce Pares from Fernando Candawan. Those techniques are the fast wraps. Again, as I mentioned earlier, just to maximize the delivery of the rattan stick. This is lightweight and it's durable. So it's basically just targeting the weapon hand of your opponent to execute a quick disarm.
You'll do several repetitions with the forehand.
By contributions, if you mean developing a different style or developing different techniques, I have none of that. The only contribution I made was the protection of the training sticks where we used to allow the students to hit at random, and the padded tip, the rubber padded sticks. I think that's the only innovation I did, because there's a funny story behind it. Well, I was training with Manong Eric, and he would code me to hit the tip of the sticks that he was feeding me. I hit his thumb a couple of times. It's so embarrassing. So to make it safer for the trainer, the padded sticks at the tip is more easier, and then the trainee has specific target to hit, not just any part of the stick. I think that's the only innovation I made. Technique-wise, there's none.
Step from your center line, not here, here. Pull back.
I'm propagating it in the manner that was handed down to me by Manong Eric. But if you're suggesting that propagating, meaning advertising the art, doing a serious marketing campaign behind it. I'm not doing that because, in fact, on my Facebook account, my Facebook page, you won't see anything there related to the martial arts, except this occasion right now where I'm teaching here with Steve, through the invitation of Steve Del Castillo. That's the only time I put out ads in my Facebook page. But me marketing it directly and advertising it, no, because I have very tough code of ethics behind it. Because I look at martial arts like an ethical product, like prescription drugs. You know what I mean? You can't buy prescription drugs without the doctor's, prescription. So commercially, I don't advertise it. You start from here, it means your target is somewhere around here, right? You start from here, your target is here. You got okay, let me give you a short history behind it. Because when I was relocated back in Cebu after more than 20 years in Mindanao, I already finished my studies in Decampo, one of those tres that's passed on to me by Manong Eric Olavides. So between when I came back here in 2001, between 2001 and 2004, I only trained one guy, Kirk Gooding Jr. He's from this place, Glendale, in California, and he's in the Philippines right now. So I trained Kirk Gooding Jr. for 7 years, together with Baro Sugbu's boys in Isa. So he would come to my home, train in Baro Sugbu first with Mr. Tinisa, and then afterwards, Kirk Gooding would train with me. So Kirk was my only student for almost 10 years, close to 10 years. But it was only sometime in 2018, I have to tell the truth about it, that I opened up Estokada De Campo and gave it a name. What precipitated before that, because Kit Asinas, or the PTTA, requested to train with me through a mutual friend of ours, Jeff Scalona, who contacted me. Jeff was a student of Manong Ere. So, okay, I given to his request and flew to Manila, trained Kit and his girlfriend, Valerie Jerksons. And then a year later, Kit requested me to do a longer set of sessions with him for certification as instructor. That was in 2000. I can't recall exactly. That's 2018. So I certified Kit as instructor, which I didn't have a name yet. So I just right during that training with Kit, okay, I just named it Estokada De Campo. So just to deviate myself, to separate myself from my mother club, Eskrima Decampo JDC-IO, because I resigned from that mother club sometime in 2000. I guess it was 2008, right after the book Cebuano Eskrima Beyond the Mist was published. For the reasons that when the book came out, published in the US, I received a lot of flack from different organizations that carried the Kali trademark in it. And so after I trained Kit Asinas, I would like to give credit to this guy, because Paulo Rubio, who after the Kali in Bali, sometime 2018, I was curious about what Kit is doing differently. When Kit opened up with him, in fact, I trained with Mang Tinni. Then Paulo asked, what system is that? It's Estokada De Campo. So that's what happened. power review I give credit for him was making a lot of noise about it. Then I had no choice but open up. Actually, it was Alex or Masa who designed the logo only in 2019, I think. So when he trained with me during the Russian house, where I'm a regular instructor since then.
You have two southpaws here.
Yes, I have certified coaches already. Right after the Russian house, and right after Kitasinas just grew fast unexpectedly. One of the basic requirement I would require is that you have to have fast twitch muscles as an instructor. However fast or however intense I want it delivered, you have to be able to execute that. If you can't, no way. Because your students will be emulating you, following your habits and your delivery, and if you can show that, be a lousy, won't be a good representation of Estokada De Campo. So that's one thing. He should be able to execute the fast raps, fast strikes, and the footwork, maintain the largo mano range at all times. Nothing so special about it. But despite the simplicity, not everyone has fast twitch muscle fibers. Not even the most experienced instructors I've seen around. But I was very lucky. I had good guys who can execute what I wanted to execute, like Alex Ormasa, Sean Zerger. It's my head now in Canada. He had 77 Dog Brothers fights. How can you deny some guy like that as instructor? Of course, Steve Del Castillo and Meta Kitasinas, many others. Alex Pisarkin of the Russian house. I certified them because they can execute the strikes. Simple strikes, maintain the largo mano range. That's it. I don't have drills. I don't have elaborate drills because I don't believe in it. I believe in sparring, though.
Serrada, stand. Don't do too fast right away. If you're not comfortable with the speed that I require on the first day, just do it lightly. We're not in a boot camp, We're not giving you 50 push-ups. I always exercise a high degree of, here.
As of now, I'm still trying to come out with a good reason why I should have an instructional video. One of the hurdles is when I certify instructors, I have to feel the power and the speed of their strikes. Now, how am I going to do that? How am I going to measure that through a video? If it's accomplished the things I wanted them to accomplish. But I'm still open to that idea of coming out with a video, but that takes time. It takes a lot more creativity, and I don't want to come out with this video just for the sake of having a video like everyone else. I want the video to be really helpful to develop really good, for the student or the trainee to develop good attributes to deliver the strikes with Estokada De Campo, because I'm still conscious of the quality it could produce. So no, I'm open to the idea of coming out with a video, but maybe soon. To be honest about it, EDC as a brand name is not important to me. Even my name attached to it, my legacy behind the martial arts through Estokada De Campo is not important. What is important to me is that there will be no more styles. We just call it Eskrima. Everyone else is just plain Eskrima, or the Filipino martial arts, whatever you call it. It's not being too ambitious about it, but that's how I want the future to look like. No more styles, no more system. Everyone is unified in the same, the same organized system that includes the different other styles. But it's a, it's a lofty dream, but who knows? Maybe it could happen in the future. Pair up. First guy to be the hitter, the other one to be the hitter. Yeah. My number one inspiration in martial arts has always been my dad, my father. He inspired all of us brothers to take boxing seriously, because my dad was he was the black sheep in the family. He got into so many fights, and that's why he became a guerrilla during the last war. And he was very good at boxing. One of those punches they always wanted us to perfect was the left hook. He always tells us anyone can throw a straight punch, a jab. Very few people can throw a left hook. So my dad was my number one inspiration. Then the next people who really, had a big influence, a big impact on me was my classmate in high school, Anthony Cabagnot, Net Cabagnot. Because for the first time I saw karate on the streets really applied. I was looking out of the window. There was a commotion that reached our second floor, the classroom. When I peeked outside, there was my classmate, Anthony Cabagnot. Just threw a perfect side kick, boom! Threw the guy to an ice cream vendor. Familiar with the rolling ice cream, everything just fell down. Of course, my karate instructors at the YMCA, Ben Sambahon, I would mention him, Ben Barmore, so many. Then I returned to my boxing roots in the 70s. I trained with the late Jojo Fajardo, who was an amateur champion in the Philippines, and many others. So during the 70s up to the late 70s, I focused more on the boxing and less of the... number one, of course, Bruce Lee. Was my number one inspiration. All the boxers I admired, Ali, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, etc. So many of them mentioned.
More like this, sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
One of the things, my first advice would be pick a good instructor with credible skills and a credible lineage. That's important. The next thing is there are a lot of instructors there who can deliver skill-wise, physically, the right speed, the right intensity, but integrity is important. Picking the right instructors in the martial arts, because that would influence you later when you become an instructor. Because it's sad to say, integrity is missing in the martial arts world nowadays. Everyone is scrambling to be number one, to make a lot of money, tons of money out of it. Stay away from those instructors. Also, last but not the least, go for a martial art that encourages full contact sparring. Not those silly drills. Never learn how to fight doing drills like that all day long, all year long. No way. I'll get about that. Last 3 to 4 inches. Good one. The Filipino martial arts lifestyle is missing one thing. One important element is that there are very few practitioners who have integrity and honesty. Everyone is crumbling to be number one or the best, better than the other guy. And I've heard a lot of those stories, you know, in the back door. So, as a lifestyle, I would be very happy to, you know, to instill honesty and integrity in the Filipino martial arts. If that's going to be my contribution, I'll be happy with that.
That's not enough. Follow it. Maybe follow it. Then you practice that
Triangle on your stick.
By legacy, if you mean people emulating what I can do technically as an instructor of Estokada De Campo, I don't want any of that. I want to be remembered someone who started the campaign to instill integrity, honesty, and unity in the Filipino martial arts. It's wishful thinking as of the moment, but I'm sure, I hope that we can accomplish that within my lifetime.
High, middle. Now, you have to interchange backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand. High, middle. Okay?
Alright.
For the past mentors of the FMA community, especially the ones who have taught me, this is only what I have to say. Thank you very much. Especially to Jose Caballero, how he passed it on to my mentor, Eric Olavides, who I give a lot of credit for my direction in where I am now in the Filipino martial arts. And for the present generation, I wish there would be no more style. Just one, Eskrima, or Filipino style, arnis, whatever you want to call it.
So you're hitting with your stick.
That forehand load, somewhat. Yeah.
For the present day practitioners of the Filipino martial arts, always acknowledge where you learned it from. You know, acknowledge your teachers and its lineage. Also, at the same time, try to exert effort to reach out to the other styles, other systems, to unify the Filipino martial arts. Like I said earlier, if we can do away with styles and just call it by one name, that would be. It's almost an impossible dream, but there will always be a possibility that it just unify the entire Filipino martial arts. This is one thing I really want to express for a long time. I wish the Filipino martial arts would go more into the science and the development of, you know, like the other athletic activities, you know, put more science behind it in your efforts. It's not kinesiology, stuff like that. And because what I'm seeing right now is just still the old ways in which we develop speed, accuracy, in the study of the Filipino martial arts. Invest more in training, like cardio activities, anything that develops speed, strength, and accuracy. Put more science behind the Filipino martial arts. That's just, you know, good old-fashioned superstition. That's all.
So there's no race.
Don't you remember fighting for 3 minutes, sir? It was long.
So there's no race.
3 minutes.
Oh yeah, you were doing the right thing. That was
Okay. Hand sparring may no head hitting, okay? Whispering.
yeah.
There. Woo.
Stop. Yeah. I've had it more than one. My name is
Okay, I'm just gonna record mine because I don't have a lot of space. I'll record a little
You
bit.
can post it in the Estokada De Campo group. You have made it a video, right?
Nice.
1 minute and
That's a good
1
one.
minute and 50 seconds.
Not loud.
You can make it record. If you're winded, be okay. Just tell me. Last 1 minute. Good one. I like that. 1 minute more.
There's the thrust.
There's the thrust. There it is.
Did you say get the pass?
Last 12 seconds. Last 12 seconds. You gave them a 10-minute round. Time. Thank you guys.
Okay, so I guess try not. Last 3.
This is one of the most important, the first most important technique of the company. This is the trademark of Caballero. The word was coined by one of my co-practitioner before, when I was still with JDC-IO, coined by Orihinal. So the clip is a combination of very simple backhand, forehand, forehand, backhand, backhand, forehand, backhand. That's simple, but the execution should be 2 strikes in 1 beat. The backhand, as you return with the forehand side, don't overlap too far away. More like 12 inches. That's the backhand. Mark Tinni called this the stroking combination. We just call it technique. If you heard from Mark Tinni of Dog Brothers, I communicated with him since 2001. So what I like most are the stroking combinations. I told Mark, that's also my favorite. That's also my favorite. So in Dog Brothers fights, this is a killer combination. Easier said than done, but it's not that easy. It took me, I don't know how many to perfect this. It's hard. Because this one, see, it's not to be equivalent to 1 beat. That's from the backhand. The forehand, this is the most difficult. Hit with the tip. Backhand. So start with the backhand first, then later to progress. We'll shift from backhand to forehand throw. Okay? You get it? Be sure hit the tip always, all times. Just don't kill me. Yeah, he started.
Mark's practicing.
I can't guarantee what's going to come out is last 2 minutes.
Alright, I guess let's do it. You're good with the left. You're good with the left, bro.
Well, it was the big one. It was all supposed to be.
That's basket.
Ano pwede ba mag-soft? You want to pick the one I'm going to use up there?
Those are the two songs.
You get to pick.
Last 1 minute. I gotta work on that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The hands are very hard to hit. Nice.
Nice. That's fun. Oh, Torres.
Last 5 seconds. Time. Thank you guys.
Look how long is 3 minutes set, right?
No, it's so your game code is
Last one.
Play underneath that.
If you would have said
Yeah, no, that was next.
they're tag team, one team. Can I text somebody doing this stuff?
You got stick?
Yes, 9 minutes.
What? Continue.
You're not.
Oh, graduated. Okay. No, no, you're good. Nice.
Last 2 minutes.
Two.
Last 2 No, last 1 minute.
Try it again. Ready.
Rushing.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good legs.
Block.
Good extra.
Nice. Realize it's a lot longer than I thought it was. Ooh. There goes the dog brother. There goes the dog brother. Where's my arm? Alright. Okay. You didn't need to right here anyway. There. Woo! Good. Good shot. My favorite one. My favorite boxing. Is that your romantic arm? Not anymore.
It's personal.
Last second. Woo! Nice, nice. Woo! Last 9 seconds. Woo! Good job. One more second. One more second. Woo! Can you see my time? Great job. You. There you go. We need the winner. No kill, no kill. Nope.
Nice.
Good, 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 good job.
Little fight.
My favorite spot. Oh, you okay? You okay?
That's something I can bend down.
No, no.
Last 1 minute.
No, that's the right hand.
Last 12 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
Last 12 seconds. Time. Thank you guys. Thank you. Lastly, I walk the talk. When I think about the fitness and your physical condition overall, I'm 71 years old. I don't have maintenance meds. My blood pressure is 120/80. That means I walk the talk. I hope everybody would follow my example. Live long, have a happy life.